I'm wearing a Christmas nose ring, and look at my face, we're doing Christmas glam. Glam any time of year is a staple for me, but holiday glam like this, if you want to see how I did it, keep watching. Also, I am not like the biggest Christmassy kind of person ever, so this is going to be one of the few Christmas type videos that I put out. If you like Christmas content, definitely give me a like, leave me a comment, let me know that this is something that you want to see, because again, I'm not like the biggest Christmassy person. I'm not a Grinch either, but somewhere in between. I already have my brows done. Let's go ahead and do the base. I'm going to go in with the MAC Strobe Cream in Pink Light. And this is going to be my primer for today. I want full coverage, but glowy, and this is going to help with that. So with this, we are just rubbing it into the skin like moisturizer, and you can already see that glow. We're kind of like the Tin Man right now, but once you put foundation over it, I promise it looks perfect. For foundation, I'm using the One Size Turn Up the Base Full Beat Foundation, and I have the shade Light 20 in. Now, this foundation is like crazy thick, but it also has great coverage. But since that MAC Strobe Cream is kind of like a moisturizer almost, like the texture is, this just melts into the skin beautifully when you use that as a base. You just gotta trust the process on this one. Now, obviously for the base, do whatever you are most comfortable in. Now, for holiday looks, I want to be glam and I want full coverage. So that's what we're doing today. Also, ignore the lighting situation. One, it's later than I normally would film, which has been a theme lately, but I actually did not go to work today because we got snowed in. So there's that, and my job requires me to drive, so yeah. Now obviously when you're doing this, if you have a nose ring, especially a Christmas nose ring, make sure you take time, clean it off. Clean off your lips so you don't look crazy. For concealer, I'm going in with the Makeup by Mario, and this is the shade 140. I am just going to give you a little bit of this because I did kind of take that foundation everywhere because I might have pumped out a little too much, but you know what? It is a-okay. Now let's set the whole face using the Makeup by Mario translucent powder. I absolutely love this, and I noticed when I use this, it keeps the base nice and glowy, but also sets it and I don't look like a grease ball because I do have oily skin. If you've been following me any length of time, you know that. So I try to recommend products that are good for oily skin because that is my skin type. And for once today, we're actually using powdered blush and bronzer and not cream. Like, I've just been on a cream kick lately, and I really want to get use out of other products that I have. And I have a ton of different powder cheek products, but I seem to never reach for them. You can still see a little bit of that luminosity peeking through. That's what we want. I don't want this to be like a super flat matte kind of a look. It's the holidays, you should be glowing with joy. Now, like I was saying, I do have a few Christmas videos I'm going to be filming. We always go to my husband's family for Christmas and do Christmas with them. So I'll obviously be doing like a get ready video showing you what I'm wearing to my family Christmas and the makeup and everything. And then I want to do my makeup for Christmas Eve, do a little something. And then actually I have a work dinner the week of Christmas. So I will be doing makeup for that and showing you what I'm wearing. So I do have a few Christmassy kind of videos, but nothing like super Christmassy. Now I'm not doing like the typical like gingerbread house and shop with me for Christmas present type thing. That's just not my kind of vibe, and like I said, I'm not a huge Christmas person to begin with, so I feel like that would be a little overwhelming for me personally. After putting black eyeliner on, let's go ahead and jump into the Embers palette. I've been loving this, and this could be really cute for some holiday looks. So let's actually go ahead and set up this look with the shade right here, and we're gonna throw this in the crease. I swear I am always dipping into this shade whenever I grab this palette. It's just a nice go-to transition color. And look at how beautifully that blended out. Are you kidding? Super quick and easy. Now, of course, we are going to deepen this. Let's go ahead and take that darkest brown in this palette. And we're just gonna start packing this on that outer corner, adding some depth to the eyes. And then I am also taking a little bit of that on this outer portion of the lower lash line. Now, I feel like everybody's idea of Christmas makeup is a little bit different. Obviously, I want something glam. Like, that's just who I am. I grew up in the 2016 era of makeup. So, of course, I want glam. Now, obviously, this palette is a little bit softer on the shimmery side and not as impactful as like a metallic or anything, but you can still make it glam. And truthfully, 2016 me was using ABH shadows and they still had that like softer metallic feel. I'm gonna take this one. Not even like softer metallic, it's literally just a soft shimmery color. No metallics back in the day for me, really, except for the Stila liquid shadows. I still love those, but ABH was my 2016 makeup. Their eyeshadows were everything to me. So with this shade, I'm just taking it where we put that matte darker shade and overlapping it onto the lid a little bit. And then I'm taking the lightest shade in the palette and using that on the remainder of the lid. 2016 Jasmine wasn't really into the whole cut crease kind of a thing. I know, right? That came after for me. This is pretty much how I would do my eyeshadow. You know, your mid-tone in the crease, darker matte on the outer corner, slightly darker shimmer, and then lighter shimmer on the very inner corner. This is very reminiscent of how I did my 2016 makeup. Yeah. And that's kind of what I come back to when I think of glam makeup, because it's timeless, it's glam. This is what it screams to me. All that to say, when I think of holiday makeup, whether that be Thanksgiving, Christmas, anything like that, I want a softer glam moment like this. Let's go ahead and do cheeks, and then we'll come back to the eyes. I'm jumping in with the Dibs Baked Bronzer Duo and Caramel Cappuccino. This smells really good. It kind of smells like vanilla. Now with this product, I literally just swirl in both sides here, and then I will take the cap and really work it into the brush like so. And then we're just bronzing up the whole face. And with baked products, they have a slight little bit of glow to it, and that's what we want. Also, if my nose is looking a little weird, don't worry. I am taking my powder puff and further blending this and making it more natural. Since this is a Revie Beauty brush, what better to use than the coordinating blush? And this is the shade Paradise. This is more of a cool toned mauve color, but I think it's gonna go really nicely with the red lip and add a little bit of contrast to the face, since everything is so warm toned with the eyes, and then the lips are gonna be red. This just adds a little bit of contrast, and it's more of a natural blushy color. And I'm sorry if you can hear that. I'm pretty sure that is a salt truck. Finally, it is after 3 p.m. It started snowing at 2 a.m. and they just now got salt trucks in my complex. Most of the time, winters here, they don't send salt trucks, nothing at all. Now, for highlighter, let's jump in with the House Labs in the shade Sunstone. She's gorgeous, and it just really ties in the gold tones with the eyeshadow. Very, very pretty. And then, of course, we took that on the inner corner as well. Now, for eyeliner, I am going to go jump over on TikTok and try this out. It's from Judy Doll, and it's a shade black, but this is one of those teeny tiny little pen liners. Like, do you see how thin that is? It's almost as thin as one of my eyebrow hairs. So we're going to see how this works because, again, with a classic red lip, I need a classic black wing. Okay, truthfully, this eyeliner is so good. It's so black. It's so precise. Yeah, I'm in love, and honestly, this might be a new favorite for me. Because of how small it is, you can really get in this inner corner. And it's so precise. I love this. All right, to finish off the eyes, I just did a little mascara. Let's go ahead and get into the red lip because you cannot have a Christmas glam without a red lip. I rest my case. Now, let's jump in with the Beauty Bible lip pencil in the shade Angie, which is just a red shade. Normally, when I do a red lip, I like to pair it with a brown lip liner. But for a holiday red lip, it's going to be red on red. And this one, she's pigmented. Now that we have that down, let's jump in with the Fenty Velvet Matte Liquid Lip and the MVP. Now, I want a red lip that's going to last a long time, but these are not drying like a typical liquid lipstick formula. Also, look at this coverage. You ready? Are you joking? I also don't like bullet lipsticks for holiday looks because they can get on your teeth and just smear all over your face. This won't. And it is that classic holiday red lip shade that everyone is after. This is the go-to. It lasts a long time on the lips. You don't have to reapply. And if you do have to reapply, it's not a typical liquid lipstick that's going to be crunchy and everything. This stays soft, and look at my teeth. They look super white using this. I've been talking about this red lip for at least a year, if not 2. I absolutely love it. This is the standard for me. This is what I need in my life. And this is what I call a holiday glam look. You have the classic cat eye with a little bit of glimmer on the eyes and a beautiful red lip. And of course, the face looks flawless. The bangs are just going to do their own thing today, but this is my interpretation of a holiday glam look. If I want holiday glam, this is the kind of look that I go for, and these products really get you there. Obviously, use whatever you have in your collection, whatever makes you feel comfortable and beautiful, but this is what does for me. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching this video. If you like any kind of makeup content, I do a bunch over here, so definitely like and subscribe before you leave. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.